throw light on importance of horticulture for economic development of Uttar Pradesh and increase in the income of farmers. Climate change of Uttar Pradesh is considered suitable for horticulture. Climate of Uttar Pradesh is considered suitable for horticulture crop. In year 2020-21, the total of 11,231.46 thousand million metric ton of fruits were produced in Uttar Pradesh, which is 11% of total fruit production of India. Okay. Uttar Pradesh is also number 1 in the country in vegetable production. ठीक है. As a result of the scheme being run for mushroom production, betel cultivation and fruit processing. Mushroom production, betel cultivation and food processing as ancillary enterprise, along with fruits, vegetables, potato, spice, flour, medicinal and aromatic crops. The production of horticulture crop in state is continuously increasing, while the income of small and marginal farmer is increasing in the state due to production of horticulture crop. A large number of people are indirectly getting employed from the activities done after plucking, marketing, processing and storage etc. फिर हम देखते हैं thus the importance of horticulture in economic development of Uttar Pradesh and increase in the income of farmer can be seen in the following way. पहला है fruits. Uttar Pradesh is known for its fruit production. The major fruit crops grown in the state include mango, banana, guava, citrus fruits such as orange and kinnu, papaya, grapes and pomegranates. Mangoes are widely grown, especially in districts like Saharanpur, Lucknow, Meerut, Banarasi. Currently, due to their high demand, they contribute significantly to the income of to the economic development of Uttar Pradesh. Vegetables. A variety of vegetables are grown in Uttar Pradesh, including potatoes, onions, tomatoes, brinjals, peas, cauliflower, cabbage, ladyfinger, spinach, leafy vegetables like fenugreek. Vegetables are cultivated across the state with significant production in the district like Meerut, Saharanpur, Banaras, Agra, which is in demand in the country as well as abroad. Flowers. Floriculture is gaining prominence in Uttar Pradesh. Flowers like rose, marigold, jasmine, gladioli and tuberose are cultivated for domestic and export markets. Saharanpur, Varanasi, Agra, Lucknow districts are known for floriculture cultivation. Spice. Uttar Pradesh is major producer of coriander, cumin, fenugreek and turmeric. Coriander हो गया, cumin, fenugreek and turmeric. These spices are cultivated in various districts of state. Medicinal and aromatic plants. States has a rich biodiversity of medical and aromatic plants. Herbs such as ashwagandha, tulsi, brahmi, aloe vera, lemongrass are being grown for their medical and aromatic properties. Kannauj, Fatehpur, Bandha, Pratapgarh districts are known for cultivation of medicinal and aromatic plants. Plantation crops such as betel leaf, cashew are cultivated in some area of Uttar Pradesh. Gorakhpur, Basti, Siddharthnagar districts are known for their betel leaf cultivation. Uttar Pradesh government has taken several steps to promote horticulture in state. These includes establishment of horticulture college and research centers and implementation of various schemes to provide financial and technical assistance to horticulture farmers. In addition, the government is also focusing on developing market linkages, improving post-harvest infrastructure, and promoting agro-processing industries related to horticulture crops, so that by further promoting the importance of horticulture, the income of farmer can be doubled. Income of farmer can be doubled, and a $1 trillion economy can be achieved. Discuss the major provision of Uttar Pradesh mining policy 2017. How is it helping in preventing illegal mining? On 30 May 2017, a strong and transparent mining policy based on basic principle of good governance and corruption free was approved by Uttar Pradesh government. Transparency, equity, consensus, participation, rule of law, effective accountability are the देखो क्या transparency, equity, consensus, participation, rule of law, effective accountable accountability are the main mantras of this policy. Promoting awareness about minerals, access of common people to mines and minerals etc. are the main goal of this policy. Main provision. The objective of this policy are to promote social and economic development of state through mining and minerals, or conserve minerals and so on. By increasing the intensity of exploration of minerals, the storage of important category of minerals should be confirmed so that it can be exploited commercially. सबसे objective क्या है? Objective of this policy is to promote social and economic development of state through mining and minerals. Conserve करना है हमें minerals. By increasing the intensity of exploration, पहले तो हो गया कि हम कह रहे हैं कि जो मिनरल माइनिंग्स वगैरह हैं हम उससे अपना सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट करेंगे, हमें समझ आ गया. बाय इंक्रीजिंग द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ एक्सप्लोरेशन ऑफ मिनरल, द स्टोरेज of important category of minerals should be confirmed so that it can be exploited commercially. ठीक है. With the encouragement of exploration, priority will be given to regional exploration and laboratory work of minerals like polymetallic, ceramic, refractory minerals and limestones. ठीक है. कौन कौन से मिनरल्स? लाइक पॉलीमेटालिक, सिरामिक, refractory minerals and limestone. After studying the area, such as area will be identified which can be developed immediately and mineral based industries will be set up there. ठीक है. आपको ये सब के बेसिस पे स्टडी कर लो आप एरिया को. सच उस एरिया को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे फॉर डेवलप, इसको इमीडिएटली हम डेवलप करेंगे एंड मिनरल बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज विल बी सेट अप देयर. ठीक है. In order to make the functioning of mining administration transparent, mining lease licenses for some minerals will be given through e-tender, e-auction और e-bidding. लो, e-tender, e-auction और e-bidding होगी. The process of granting concession will be simplified and will be disposed of in a time-bound manner. This policy has been हेल्पफुल इन कर्विंग इलीगल माइनिंग इन फॉलोइंग वे. अब देख लो क्या हो रहा है. हम कह रहे हैं कि हम ये सब जो मिनरल्स हैं उनसे हम सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट करेंगे. बहुत बढ़िया बात है. फिर हम कह रहे हैं कि द स्टोरेज ऑफ इम्पॉर्टेंट कैटेगरी ऑफ मिनरल शुड बी कन्फर्म सो डैट इट कैन बी एक्सप्लॉइटेड कमर्शियली. ये भी हमें ठीक लग रहा है. अब हम कह रहे हैं विद द इनकरेजमेंट ऑफ एक्सप्लोरेशन, प्रायोरिटी विल बी गिवन टू रीजनल एक्सप्लोरेशन, लेबोरेटरी वर्क ऑफ मिनरल्स लाइक पॉलीमेट्रिक हो गया, सिरामिक हो गया, फिर सिरामिक हो गया, फिर उसके बाद तुम्हारा रिफैक्टरी मिनरल्स, लाइमस्टोन, ये सब हो गया. ठीक है. हमें जो एरिया है उनको इमीडिएटली डेवलप करना है और हमें इसमें ट्रांसपेरेंसी लाने के लिए हम ई ऑक्शनिंग वगैरह का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं. बहुत बढ़िया. दिस पॉलिसी हैज़ बीन हेल्पफुल इन कर्विंग इलीगल माइनिंग इन फॉलोइंग वे. कैसे? सबसे पहले क्या है, स्ट्रिक्ट इन्फोर्समेंट। दिस पॉलिसी एम्फेसाइजेज स्ट्रिक्ट इन्फोर्समेंट ऑफ माइनिंग लॉ एंड रेगुलेशन विच इंक्लूड रेगुलर inspection, monitoring, punitive measures against those who violate mining norms, cooperation with law enforcement agencies. This policy facilitated cooperation between officials of mining department and law enforcement agencies to crack down on organized illegal mining racket and nab the culprit involved in illegal mining operations. Use of technology, leveraging technology such as satellite imagery, GPS tracking and drone, the government increased surveillance and monitoring of mining area to detect and prevent illegal mining activities. Public awareness campaign. The government has launched public awareness campaign to educate local communities about the adverse effect of illegal mining on the environment, livelihood and public safety. Strict enforcement होना चाहिए, cooperation with law enforcement agency, ठीक है, स्ट्रिक्ट इन्फोर्समेंट, कोऑपरेशन विद लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसी। टेक्नोलॉजी को आपको यूज़ करना है, कौन सी, सैटेलाइट इमेजरी हो गया, जीपीएस ट्रैकिंग, ड्रोन वगैरह हो गया। पब्लिक अवेयरनेस कैंपेन। बाय इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दीज प्रोविजंस एंड स्ट्रेटजी, उत्तर प्रदेश माइनिंग पॉलिसी 2017 एम टू क्रिएट ए कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट फॉर लीगल एंड sustainable mining practices while effectively managing illegal mining activities in the state. Discuss the new forest policy, ठीक है, न्यू फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश। देखें, उत्तर प्रदेश फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी, उत्तर प्रदेश स्टेट फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2017 has been formulated in accordance with the guidelines of National Forest Policy 1988. उत्तर प्रदेश फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2017 is an important forest policy document which provide guideline and strategy for conservation management and sustainable development of forests in Uttar Pradesh. The main point are as follows. पहला है bringing 1/3 of state land under forest area. To achieve this, adopt the strategy of afforestation of fallow, barren, ravine, khadar and other non-forest areas. Conservation, development and scientific management of forest and diversity. क्या कह रहे हैं, कंजर्वेशन होगा, डेवलपमेंट एंड साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट एंड बायोडाइवर्सिटी. इंक्रीज इन फार्मर्स इनकम इंक्लूडिंग ग्रीन एरिया थ्रू एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री. इंक्रीज इन ग्रीन एरिया थ्रू कम्युनिटी फॉरेस्ट्री. मतलब अपन कह रहे हैं एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री करेंगे और कम्युनिटी फॉरेस्ट्री करेंगे, ठीक है. Create green belt in villages. Provide right related to forest resources to forest dweller and local communities. Effort to increase their income. Tree plantation along the river bank. Development of environment tourism sites. Development of religious gardens such as Navratri Batika, Nashatra Vatika, Panchvati, Smriti Van, etc. to link conservation effort with cultural values. Provision of alternative income for villagers who depends on forests for their income. To create awareness among the residents of state, mainly among youth and students, about the natural resources such as wild animal, forest, wetland, etc. Thus, the primary objective of forest policy is to establish environmental and ecological balance, but obtaining economic benefits from forest is a secondary objective in achieving primary objectives. ठीक है. Describe the salient feature of उत्तर प्रदेश फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2017. हम इसमें क्या कर रहे थे, अभी डिस्कस कर रहे थे. इट्स मेन पॉइंट हमने वही है, ये भी सेलियंट फीचर ही है. द टोटल फॉरेस्ट एरिया इज अबाउट 6.8% of total geographical area of state. Forest and tree cover of total geographical area. Forest and tree cover of total geographical area is total forest area है 6.88 और टोटल जोग्राफिकल एरिया का अगर हम देखें फॉरेस्ट और ट्री कवर है वो 9.01% है. तराई भागर रीजन इन गैंगेटिक प्लेन हैज़ मोस्ट ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट. अब आते हैं एग्जिस्टिंग वेजिटेशन इन उत्तर प्रदेश कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू 3 कैटेगरीज। पहला है मॉइस्ट ट्रॉपिकल डिसीडियस फॉरेस्ट। मॉइस्ट है मतलब बारिश हो रहा है, ट्रॉपिकल रीजन में। डिसीडियस फॉरेस्ट, ड्राई ट्रॉपिकल डिसीडियस फॉरेस्ट और ट्रॉपिकल थोर्नी फॉरेस्ट। उत्तर प्रदेश फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2022। तो सबसे पहले हमने देखा 17, ये अभी कुछ और है 2022। कौन सा पूछा भाई? 17 ही पूछा। उत्तर प्रदेश फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2022 वॉज इम्प्लीमेंटेड टू कंजर्व फॉरेस्ट इन उत्तर प्रदेश एंड एक्सपेंड फॉरेस्ट इन 1/3 ऑफ स्टेट। द मेन फीचर ऑफ सबसे पहले है कंजर्व करो एंड कंजर्वेशन एंड प्रिजर्वेशन। दिस पॉलिसी emphasizes द कंजर्वेशन एंड प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ फॉरेस्ट एंड बायोडाइवर्सिटी, रिकॉग्नाइजिंग देयर इकोलॉजिकल, economic and cultural importance. It aims to ensure sustainable management of forest resources and prevent illegal activities such as encroachment, poaching and illegal logging. कंजर्वेशन एंड प्रिजर्वेशन करना है। दिस पॉलिसी emphasizes the conservation and preservation of forest and biodiversity, recognizing their ecological, economic and cultural importance. It aims to ensure sustainable management of forest resource and prevent कर रहा है illegal activities such as encroachment, poaching and illegal logging। फिर है तुम्हारा forest development and expansion। देखो, दिस पॉलिसी फोकस ऑन इंक्रीजिंग फॉरेस्ट एरिया थ्रू एफॉरेस्टेशन, reforestation and regeneration of degraded forest. It promotes the development of a plantation including commercial and non-commercial tree species, considering the ecological need of area। क्या फॉरेस्ट डेवलपमेंट एंड एक्सपेंशन करना है? कैसे करना है? थ्रू एफॉरेस्टेशन, रिफॉरेस्टेशन एंड रीजनरेशन ऑफ डिग्रेडेटेड फॉरेस्ट। It promotes the development of plantation including commercial and non-commercial tree species, considering the ecological need of the area। फिर हम कर रहे हैं participatory forest management। The policy recognizes the importance of involving local communities, forest dweller and other stakeholders in forest management and conservation activities. It encourages the formation of joint forest management committee and village forest management committee to facilitate community participation in decision making process। ठीक है, तो हमने देखा कंजर्वेशन हो गया एंड प्रिजर्वेशन हो गया, फॉरेस्ट डेवलपमेंट एंड एक्सपेंशन हो गया। ठीक है, उसके बाद हम कह रहे हैं पार्टिसिपेटरी फॉरेस्ट मैनेजमेंट पॉलिसी। जैसे इसमें हम क्या क्या कर रहे हैं? जॉइंट फॉरेस्ट मैनेजमेंट कम्युनिटी एंड विलेज फॉरेस्ट मैनेजमेंट कमिटीज टू फैसिलिटेट कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन इन डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस। फिर अपन देखते हैं फॉरेस्ट बेस्ड livelihood। The policy acknowledges the role of forest in supporting the livelihood of forest dependent communities. It promotes sustainable harvesting of non-timber forest produce such as medical plants, herbs, minor forest produce to provide income generation opportunity for local communities। फिर हम देख रहे हैं इको टूरिज्म एंड रिक्रिएशन। द पॉलिसी रिकॉग्नाइज द पोटेंशियल ऑफ फॉरेस्ट फॉर इको टूरिज्म एंड रिक्रिएशन। इट इनकरेज द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ नेचुरल ट्रायल्स, इंटरप्रिटेशन सेंटर एंड इको लॉन्जेस। नेचुरल ट्रायल्स, इंटरप्रिटेशन सेंटर्स एंड इको launch and other infrastructure to promote sustainable tourism while ensuring protection and conservation of forest ecosystem। Research, education and training। The policy highlights the importance of forestry research, education and training। It emphasizes the need for capacity building of forest department staff, stakeholders and local community to enhance their knowledge and skill in forest management and conservation। Climate change adaptation। The policy acknowledges the role of forest in climate change mitigation and adaptation। It promotes afforestation and reforestation to contribute to climate change mitigation effort। The objective of state forest policy 2017 are as follows। अच्छा, 22 की ये है, मोर ब्रॉड है। कंजर्वेशन, फॉरेस्ट डेवलपमेंट और एक्सपेंशन कर रहे हैं, पार्टिसिपेशन करा दे रहे हैं, फॉरेस्ट बेस्ड लाइवलीहुड भी दे रहे हैं लोगों को, इको टूरिज्म और रिक्रिएशन, रिसर्च, एजुकेशन वगैरह को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज अडेप्टेशन को। अब हम आते हैं फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी, ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ स्टेट फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी 2017, इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग नेचुरल एंड प्लांटेड फॉरेस्ट थ्रू कंजर्वेशन, डेवलपमेंट एंड साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट, preparation of afforestation and soil conservation in scheme in various type of degraded forest of the state, increasing tree cover by social and agroforestry plantation on private land, obtaining carbon credit on plantation to be planted on as per international standards, reducing siltation of water and reservoir and the impact of flood and drought through control measures on soil erosion, promoting plantation on non-forest land, formulate and implement strategy for conservation and improvement of strategies for conservation and improvement of biodiversity and wildlife in the state, development to develop ecotourism destinations. Uttar Pradesh is committed to protect, restore and promote sustainable use of ecosystem in interest of inclusive growth and development. ठीक है, it envisages conservation of natural resources such as arable land, forest and water bodies. To achieve its mission, the state is adopting world-class forest management practices for conservation of forest and biodiversity. Explaining the importance of weather forecasting in context of Uttar Pradesh, describe the challenge related to it. The term weather refers to the atmosphere condition of weather-related element at a particular place and time. Okay, atmosphere condition of weather-related elements at particular place and time. Weather elements include temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity, cloudiness, etc. क्या क्या? Temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity, cloudiness, etc. In India, weather related information is collected and published by the Indian Meteorological Department, located in New Delhi, which is responsible for weather forecast. Uttar Pradesh is a state with an agriculture based economy. In such a situation, weather forecast become very important for this state, which are as follows. पहला, issuing forecast of rain, storm, hailstorm. देखो, Uttar Pradesh is the state with agriculture based economy. In such a situation, weather forecast become very important for this state, which are as follows. देखो, issuing forecast of rain, storm, hailstorm, etc. after crop is ready will give farmer time to maintain their crop, etc. This can reduce the wastage of agricultural production along with fulfilling the food security of people. It also help in fulfilling the target of Prime Minister's ambitious scheme to doubling the farmers' incomes. ठीक है. Loss of life and property can be also reduced through weather forecast. Every year, thousands of people die in the state due to incidents like flood, storm, lightning, etc., which can be reduced by accurate weather forecasting. Every year, due to outbreak of flood and drought, serious crimes arises for humans as well as animals and birds, which can be reduced by weather forecasting. With the help of weather forecasting, it is helpful to take safety measures in advance when there is a possibility of bad weather. It is helpful to take safety measures in advance when there is a possibility of bad weathers. Issue related to weather forecasting. सबसे पहला है लिमिटेड वेदर मॉनिटरिंग स्टेशन. द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ वेदर मॉनिटरिंग स्टेशन प्ले एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल इन एक्यूरेट वेदर फोरकास्टिंग. हाउएवर, weather station in Uttar Pradesh may have limited coverage, especially in rural or remote areas. Urbanization and local weather efforts. Rapid urbanization and expansion of cities in Uttar Pradesh can have local weather efforts. Concrete infrastructure, high-rise building and heat observing surface can create heat island which affects local temperature pattern and atmospheric condition. ठीक है. अब आते हैं डेटा गैप. वेदर फोरकास्ट डिपेंड ऑन हिस्टोरिकल weather data to make accurate prediction. Uttar Pradesh may have data gap or inconsistency in available historical records. Complex topography. Accurately predicting weather event in an area with varied topography can be challenged due to complexity of interrelationship between atmospheric process and landform. Extreme weather events. Uttar Pradesh is subject to various extreme weather events such as heat waves, thunderstorm, cyclone, and floods. Predicting the onset, intensity, and path of such events requires sophisticated forecasting model and timely warming. Following measures need to be taken to address these challenges. पहला गवर्नमेंट should collect weather forecast data from a more extensive areas so that the accurate weather forecast can be made. Make people aware of weather forecast so that people can protect their lives and property in time. Budgetary expenditure in the area need to be further increased to promote research. Expanding the network of weather monitoring station, improving data collection and quality control, enhancing modeling techniques, and using advanced technologies such as satellite imagery, weather radar system. Apart from appropriate measures, collaboration between meteorological agency, researchers, and technological advancement. Apart from appropriate measures, collaboration between meteorological agency, researchers, and technological advancement can help mitigate these issues and improve the accuracy of weather forecast in Uttar Pradesh. Explain the efforts of climate change on Uttar Pradesh along with the regions. To what extent have the effort made by government been effective in dealing with it? ठीक है. Climate change has a significant impact on Uttar Pradesh, affecting various aspects of state's environment, economy, and society. Some of the impact of climate change on Uttar Pradesh and their causes can be understood through following point. Irregular weather pattern. Climate change has caused the weather in Uttar Pradesh to become irregular, including erratic rainfall, extreme weather events such as heat waves, cyclone, floods. This irregularity affects crop yield and increase farmers' vulnerability to climate-related risk. This irregularity affect crop yield and increase farmer vulnerability to climate-related risk. Impact on agriculture. Irregular weather patterns. ठीक है. Impact on agriculture. Climate change affect agriculture in Uttar Pradesh through changes in temperature, rainfall patterns, and pest mobility. Variation in temperature and humidity also contribute to a spread of pest and disease and affecting crop productivity and food security. Ecosystem disruption. Climate change disrupt ecosystem and biodiversity in Uttar Pradesh, leading to change in species distribution, habitat loss, and altered ecosystem functioning. Higher temperature and change in rainfall affects plant animal species, shifting their geographical range and potentially increasing the risk of extinction of vulnerable species. The effectiveness of government effort in combating climate change in Uttar Pradesh can be assessed based on various functions, including policy implementation, adaptation, mitigation measures, and stakeholder engagement. Policy formulation. The government of Uttar Pradesh has formulated policies and action plan to address climate change, including state action plans on climate change and sector-specific strategy for agriculture, water resource, energy, and disaster management. Independent implementation of adaptation measures. Effort has been made to implement adaptation measure to enhance resilience to impact of climate change. ठीक है. Promoting renewable energy. The government has promoted renewable energy resources such as solar and wind power through policy incentives, subsidies, and investment in infrastructure. Public awareness and capacity building. efforts have been made to raise public awareness about climate change and build capacity among stakeholders, including government officials, civil society organizations, and local communities. However, these efforts demonstrate a commitment to address climate change in Uttar Pradesh. Additionally, the effectiveness of government intervention may vary across different regions, and long-term impact on climate change required sustained action and investment in resilient building measures. Describe the objective of Uttar Pradesh मातृभूमि योजना. ठीक है. उत्तर प्रदेश मातृभूमि योजना was started by Uttar Pradesh on 15th September 2021 for rejuvenation of 77.7% rural population of Uttar Pradesh. अच्छा, उत्तर प्रदेश मातृभूमि योजना, ठीक है, which has the objective of strengthening participatory rural economy and infrastructure. Objective क्या है? To make all rural area equipped with modern amenities. Through this scheme, interested citizen will be directly involved in it, and the name of person who will help will also be run on the scheme. अच्छा, through this scheme, interested people will be directly involved in it, and the name of person who will help will also be run on the scheme. By providing financial assistance in this scheme, common citizen will also be able to help in development work. Half of the cost of operating this scheme will be borne by government. After this, half of the cost will be borne by citizen only. Citizen will provide financial assistance in this scheme, will get the full name on the scheme in return of assistance. Features. देखो, उत्तर प्रदेश रूरल डेवलपमेंट एंड पंचायती राज, उत्तर प्रदेश रूरल डेवलपमेंट एंड पंचायती राज डिपार्टमेंट हैज़ बीन entrusted with responsibility to operate this scheme. The main objective of this scheme is to increase pace of modern development in rural area. Through this scheme, classes of school, inter college, community building, primary health centers, Anganwadi, midday meal kitchens, storage houses, library, stadium, gymnasium, pond beautification, development of funeral site, bus stand, animal breed improvement center, fire service center, and station building etc. will be started in village. Convert village into smart village. The participation of citizen of rural area will be encouraged in installing CCTV camera surveillance system, installing solar plant for a solar street light, installing STP plant for water treatment system, and sewage and RO plant for drinking water. This scheme increase the direct participation of citizen in development of state, which will ensure the socio-economic development of state and will help in achieving the target of $1 trillion economy of state. ठीक है.